Welcome to this week's episode of Surviving Everyday Stress with or without IBS. My name is Dana Lynn Thompson and this is my co-host Baxter. And this week we're going to be talking about all or nothing thinking, how it leads to anxiety and depression, and how you can break the habit. If you tuned into last week's episode, you know that I've created a free guide to help you go from hot mess to less stressed by improving your gut health and helping you get a grip on anxiety. It's called The New Stress Eating. It's not what you think. I hope you've had a chance to shoot over to DanaLynnThompson.com and download your copy. So if you've already gotten your copy, let me know, what was the first thing that popped into your head when you opened it up and found that you could relieve your anxiety by following a healthy eating plan? Tell me if this sounds familiar. Did your brain say to you, I could never stick to a healthy eating plan. I've tried before and I always fail. Why even bother trying? Maybe just the thought of planning to start a new healthy eating plan was giving you anxiety and you thought, I thought this was supposed to help with my anxiety, not make it worse. Or maybe you're not even motivated to start because you feel like if you can't stick to it 100%, what's the point of even trying? If you thought any of these things, you are experiencing the all or nothing mentality. This is a negative thinking pattern that is actually the most common cognitive distortion and is very common in people who have anxiety or depression and have a need to be perfect in everything that they do. I experience this all the time and it's so common, so know that you are not alone. So tell me if you've ever done this. We've all tried to start a healthy eating plan and an exercise regimen at one time or another, so we can all relate. So first, you start out with a ridiculously unrealistic goal, like you're gonna eat healthy at every meal, you're gonna cut out soda, cut out sugar, you're gonna eat more fruits and vegetables, you're not gonna drink alcohol anymore, and on top of that, you're gonna exercise for 1 hour a day, 6 days a week. But then one day you come home, you've had a stressful day at work and you eat an entire box of double stuffed Oreo cookies, and then you get on the couch with your friends, self-loathing and self-blame, and you think about what a total loser you are. I know, I have experienced this, I have done it, and that is when you decide that you should just give up altogether. This is all or nothing thinking. This is when you think only in the extremes. It's either black or white. You're 100% successful or 0% successful. You're successful or a total failure. There's no gray area in between, and putting forth your best effort does not count. So what are some other telltale signs that you may be thinking this way, all or nothing thinking? One is that you give up really easily. Let's say you decide to cut out dessert in May and you have a small piece of cake at your mom's birthday party and feel like you've ruined the entire month. You have low self-esteem because you feel like you're either a success or a failure, and let's face it, we can't all be successful at everything all the time. Another sign is you have anxiety. When one small misstep can mean complete and utter failure in your mind, this is really gonna up your anxiety. For example, I took a pottery class for 8 weeks. It was a beginner level class. I'd never thrown a bowl on the wheel before, and I had so much anxiety because I knew that one small point where there was too much pressure from my hands and the bowl was gonna collapse and be ruined. I didn't even think about the fact that this is just clay. I can start again, and since I'm a perfectionist, I felt like I had to do it right the first time. Also, you may have a hard time seeing the silver lining. If everything is black and white, either good or bad, it's very difficult to be grateful for the things that are going well or acknowledge the things that are good. A perfect example is COVID. COVID was neither all good or all bad. We had some good things that came from it, like my husband was able to start a garden and he was able to do a lot of repairs on our home, and we spent a lot of time together, which was great. The bad side was that he was out of work for a while. The good side was we were okay. We could handle it. And like I said here, I've been there a million times. You're not alone in this. A perfect example is when I figured out that I had IBS and realized that I was gonna have to give up Coke. Some people would say I'm a Cokeaholic when our Panera restaurant here in my town decided to get rid of Coke and add Pepsi, I actually wrote a letter to the corporate headquarters of Panera telling them what a huge mistake they were making, and they actually put Coke back into our Panera. So you could say I like Coke a little bit. And when I found out that it was wreaking havoc on my stomach and making my IBS really bad, the first thing I thought was, oh my gosh, I can never have Coke again. I'm gonna have to give it up completely. Well, when I went to the gastroenterologist, I saw the nurse practitioner and she said, oh, I have IBS too, and you don't have to cut out Coke completely. You could have 1 Coke a week and be totally fine. But my brain went straight to, I can never have Coke again, disaster. That is all or nothing thinking. But that is not the reality. And that's the same with the new stress eating. Eating healthier to help you reduce your anxiety. When you picked up my guide, you probably thought, oh my gosh, I can never have chocolate again. I can never indulge in a pint of Ben & Jerry's, and I can never eat a brownie ever again in my life. This is not true. Give yourself permission to have a cheat day. Maybe you eat great every day of the week, and then on the weekends you give yourself a little break. Or maybe Saturday nights is your cheat night, and that's when you kind of eat whatever you want. I mean, don't go crazy, but if you're eating well 80% of the time, not 100%, but 80 to 90% of the time, you are gonna feel so much better. It's gonna be difficult in the first 2 weeks because you're gonna have cravings, but I promise you, when you start to feel better, it's such great motivation and it's gonna get easier and easier. Okay, so you're thinking, how do I stop this all or nothing thinking? You really can do it in 3 simple steps. The first step is just recognizing when you're doing it. Pay attention to your thoughts, and when you start thinking, oh, it's the end of the world, if you're using words like never and always, I can never have chocolate, I always fail, this is recognizing the all or nothing thinking, and that is the first step. Next, be kind to yourself. I mean, if your best friend came to you and said that she was trying to start an exercise regimen, but she missed a day because she had to watch the Friends reunion, would you say to her, yeah, girl, you suck, you should quit altogether. I wouldn't even try if I were you. No, you wouldn't say that. You'd say, don't worry about it. You just missed 1 day. Get back out there, go to the gym tomorrow and start a new streak. I'm not sure why, but we are so much less kind to ourselves and expect way more out of ourselves than we would expect from others. So be nice. Then try to put the focus on what you do well. If you've decided that you're gonna try to cut out desserts, but you have a small piece of cake at your mom's birthday party, don't beat yourself up over it. Realize that you probably ate 8 good healthy meals before that. And then, like I said, just start a new streak. Try to look for the good instead of the bad. And I know you're thinking, that's against human nature. Have you seen the news lately? But I'm gonna be that friend, the friend that tells you to get back on the wagon. You got this. Thanks for watching this week. If you haven't been over to DanaLynnThompson.com, please shoot on over there and download your free guide, The New Stress Eating. It's not what you think. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel, give me 2 thumbs up, and I look forward to seeing you next week. As always, I am a rescue mom. Remember to adopt, don't shop. Rescuing a life could save yours. Have a great week. Bye.